They could have saved many more lives. They could have gone into that classroom and maybe 2 or 3 would have been gone, but they could have saved the whole class. They could have done something. Gone through the window, sniped them through the window. I mean, something, but nothing was being done. If anything, they were being more aggressive on us parents that were willing to go in there. And like I told one of the officers, I don't need you to protect me. Get away from me. I don't need your protection. If anything, I need you to go in there with me to go protect my kids. And if anything, they were being more aggressive on us. They were more pertaining on keeping us back than getting into that school.
This is what a hero looks like. A mother, a farm worker, a woman who found herself in the worst situation imaginable, and despite cops handcuffing her, rushed into an active shooter situation to save her children.
While you were inside the school, did you see officers
There was not
inside
one
the school?
officer inside the school when I ran to my second son's class. There was not one officer.
And you were hearing gunshots, so you knew that
you could hear the
it was an
gunshots.
active shooter.
It was still active. The gunshots were still active.
In the aftermath of the gruesome Uvalde murders, what we know about how the event unfolded is becoming clearer. And let me tell you, everything we're learning is more disgusting than the last.
They were not in there. There was no one in there. If anything, when I pulled up, my car was closer to the school than where the snipers and everybody that was laying on the ground were.
You probably have heard of Angeli Gomez or some of the other parents who tried to rush into the school when the cowardly Uvalde police were loitering outside. Here she details the harrowing account of what she witnessed when she got herself released from the cops to save her kids. Gomez goes on to say that when she went in to get her kids, she saw not one police officer inside, despite hearing gunshots, confirming that it was an active shooter situation, not a hostage situation, as the police claim. But her story actually doesn't end here.
And she also told me that she received a call from someone in law enforcement telling her that if she keeps talking to media or if she, keeps sharing her story, that she might face some kind of violation for obstruction of justice. So she was holding back from sharing her story until now because a judge told her that she was brave.
Gomez is actually on probation from charges from decades ago, and when she went home, she then received a phone call from law enforcement threatening her with a violation of obstruction of justice if she spoke to the media to share her story. The only reason she's now sharing it is because a judge subsequently called her and told her that because of her bravery, she should share her heroism far and wide, and that her probation would be shortened. So on top of all of this, this woman, this hero, was not only handcuffed by police. After the shooting, she was then threatened by the same law enforcement who failed her community. Do we need to know anything else about these officers? How far does the cowardice, the moral depravity, the uselessness go on? Angeli Gomez, we should all remember her name and her story, her struggle. Unfortunately, it's not unique, but it is unparalleled. In addition to any donations to the community of Uvalde, I highly recommend donating to local farm workers in your area. You can Google farm worker organization plus whatever state you're in, and please, for farm workers like Angeli Gomez, we deserve to give them our support. Thanks so much for watching. You can follow me on all platforms at Caro Johnson 917.